Hi friend, my name is Ivan and I make art. In this video, I'll be reading from the subreddit called OffMyChest, and I hope you like the stories that I'm going to read to you. Also, I would love to hear your opinion on them in the comments, so let's get started. My boyfriend broke up with me because of video games. Okay, seriously, my boyfriend of almost 3 years broke up with me because I don't play video games, despite the fact that I've always tried to play with him, and when I did, I would get laughed at. And once I found games that were easy enough for me, I would get excluded from playing with him and his friends. So I eventually stopped playing, and so instead of trying to play with me or teaching me, he left. I'm not even sad. Well, at least not yet, but I am furious. I mean, you've been together 3 years and he broke up with you because of that? I don't really think that that was his honest reason why he broke up with you. I mean, good that you're not with that person anymore, but on the other hand, I think there's something deeper here, like maybe he fell out of love, maybe he's cheating. It could be a ton of things, but I don't think it's because of the gaming stuff or your skills in them. I think it's just an excuse he used to achieve his goal, and that is to be single, I guess. I mean, a shame that it took him 3 years to break up a relationship that he doesn't want to be a part of, but hey, at least you're out of it now. It could have been 5 years, could have been 10 years, so comparing to that, 3 years doesn't sound so bad. Okay, moving on to the next story. We have, I might break up with my boyfriend because of who he voted for. I know the title seems a little extreme, but just hear me out. I live in the South, and I'm a black queer woman. My boyfriend, we'll call him Adam, is a straight white guy. I don't even remember how we got on the topic, but he told me that who he voted for in the 2020 election. I won't say for who, but he did vote red. I always knew he sided with the right economically, but I never thought he'd vote basically solely on that. And even though our state isn't a swing state, it still hurt to hear him say he voted for a candidate who actively was against my rights as a black queer woman. I tried to explain it to him, but he doesn't understand and he thinks I'm childish for letting this be a possible deal breaker. He has a black friend, we'll call her Alicia, and he talked to her about our situation, and she says I'm being childish, which just makes me think she doesn't understand either. I really like him and I don't want to break up with him over this, but I don't know if I can just ignore this. What should I do? I've tried to get him to understand, but he just doesn't. Edit. I forgot to mention he's 20 and I'm 18. Also, he has a lot of loans to pay off if that changes anything. So it's not a bad reason, in my opinion. Politics are a part of our life, are a huge part of our life. It influences mostly everything that's happening in our society, in this case your society. I'm not from America, as you can tell by my English. But back on topic, I personally think, and I don't want to blame anybody here, but politics is to each their own, you know. And yes, I don't accept the abortion laws that the Republicans in America are creating. I mean, the anti-abortion laws, the anti-choice laws, but he is entitled to his view. My thoughts on this is that you basically should have known or should have talked to him before even getting in a relationship. You know, talk about your political views, if that's a thing that you care about, which I hope you do, because as I said, politics are very important, even though mostly every politician is corrupt and crooked and they don't have our best intentions in mind when they vote for laws and stuff. But regardless, if that's a thing that you care about, you should ask, even on the first date. There's always stigma about that, like, do you talk about politics on the first date? Like, is that an issue that should be brought up? Oh, and religion also. Yes, it should be brought up, absolutely, because why waste time on a person that you don't agree with or that you cannot agree with? Views can change, of course. Like, you can be in a relationship with a person that's of different religious beliefs, but if you want to be in a relationship with a person who has the same religious beliefs and the same political views as you do, you're entitled to that, and you should seek out that if that's what would make you happy. So for the next story, the title goes, I hate this generation when it comes to romance. I hate that casual hookups are a thing. I hate that people think being manipulative is cute and toxic relationships aren't fun. I hate how people put on a front when it comes to their feelings and always miscommunicate. I want flowers. I want dates. I want love letters. I want sex with someone who I love and get the same in return. I'm constantly being hated on because I'm still a virgin. But why would I want to have sex with someone who wouldn't take the time out of their day to get to know me? I don't know, it's frustrating. Feels like I'll never really find what I'm looking for, I guess. Edit. Sorry if I came off as aggressive, I was very frustrated. I'm not entirely against hookups, I just find it common for people around my age to almost expect it from me, and it's not always the best feeling. Okay, so this sounds a lot to me like stuff that teenagers go through, with hormones and everything. Like they just wanna do it and not have any responsibilities to that person afterwards, like one night stands, for example. And I understand this post. I agree with it to a certain extent. I agree with the fact that it seems like romance is dying out, that it's more trendy or cool or whatever, to not care, so to say, about the person that you're with, because you're just using them to get what you want, and that being the sexual part of it. And that's terrible, that's very bad. If you're doing one night stands or if you're just going for something casual, the other side should know about it. They should know that this is not gonna last, this is just gonna be a short time thing, and that's that. If both adults are agreeing to that, consenting to being casual, then fine, do what you wanna do, it's your life. But if you're using people and only to get what you want from them, that's terrible, that's very bad. People shouldn't do that. It hurts people. It hurts people emotionally, and it's bad. But I totally agree. A loving relationship is always better in my view. No, not in my view. Of course, loving relationship is always better than something casual. Like, you get to know the person, you get to fall in love with them, you get to build a life with that person. Why would you want to have the stress and the time wasting and the uncertainty of random people? That's my view, and I really think relationships are a lot better compared to casual flings. But again, if it's about two consenting adults, then do what you wanna do. The next post is titled, I hate my wife and am relieved to finally be getting divorced. After 8 years, I am finally divorcing my horrible wife. She has been ridiculously awful our entire relationship. I have made some massive mistakes too, but my mistakes are like a few massive mountains, whereas her mistakes are like continuous rocky rolling hills intercepted with several large mountains. She is selfish beyond belief, to the point that she is incapable of seeing or understanding any perspective but her own. She can't be reasoned with. She can't be explained to. She would never concede a point, no matter how many facts are presented. The epitome of arrogant ignorance. Knows nothing but acts like she knows everything and has the superior perspective on everything and everyone. She brings so much difficulty and disappointment to the relationship, but acts as if she makes no mistakes. She blames me for everything, including the many issues that she came into this relationship with. I was working full-time and going to school full-time, taking care of our 2 kids and still pulling easily 80% of the cooking and cleaning. I got zero support from her and was always expected to drop what I was doing to accommodate her whims and various appointments. I am teleworking, but I am being put on improvement plan because my numbers are nowhere near where they need to be, because I can't expect to just work and do my job. She does nothing and contributes nothing, expecting that since I am home I can do everything. She expects respect but doesn't give it. She expects me to address issues calmly and directly, but her communication is garbage. She expects me to tell her everything that I need or the household needs, so all the responsibility falls on me. She behaves in a completely entitled and ungrateful way. Doesn't matter how much I put into to try to improve things, it's never good enough. She is certifiably nuts, but insists that I need therapy, which I do and have been getting for years. When I finally get fed up and stressed out of my mind and blow up on her, she plays the victim and acts like it's completely unprovoked and unreasonable. She is cold and callous about my feelings. She has struck me on 4 separate occasions and yet antagonizes me to hit her in conflicts. I never have and never would. When I bring up that she is the one who has struck me, she mocks it. Doesn't matter that I'm vastly stronger than her and that she is so pathetically weak that she couldn't possibly hurt me. The principle is what matters. She's a terrible mother. She pays more attention to her phone than the kids. She treats their needs like a burden, growling and lamenting when they need something. She ignores us almost constantly, especially when around her family or friends. It's like out of sight, sight out of mind. Then she criticizes my parenting, even though I love being a father. I love my kids more than anything, and I'm there for my kids every second of every day. My older child doesn't respect her at all, and they both come to me for comfort, for their needs, and for positive attention and affection. She's literally right there in the living room with him, but my 3-year-old will come to me in my home office for food or play. I am so glad I'm getting divorced. She is a monster. I am so relieved, even though I'm afraid of being alone and hate dating. It is far better than being with her. First off, domestic violence is terrible and nobody should have to deal with that. Absolutely nobody, no matter the gender. The part where she, as you say, antagonizes you to hit her, again, terrible behavior. And a giant red flag. On another note, I feel like in this post you're literally going off on her. That she is a monster, she is selfish, she cannot be reasoned with, she cannot be explained to, she is, as you call her, stupid. I mean, you didn't say that she's stupid, but you said that she has knowledge of nothing, which we can all interpret as you saying that. How can you talk about the mother of your children like that? I don't care in whatever way she acts with you, but if you talk about her on the internet to complete strangers about her in this way, I can only imagine how you talk about her in front of your children. Maybe that's why your oldest doesn't respect her at all. I don't know. I need her part of the story so I can give a decent opinion on this post. Because from this point, it seems like you're not a good person either. And if I am to believe what you're writing about your ex-wife, that is true, then she's not a good person either. But we don't have her story here, so I cannot say who is in the right or who is in the wrong. If you are happier without her, then good for you. I just hope the children are happy also. So those were the stories, friend. I hope you liked them. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you liked the drawing that I did. Currently I'm trying something new, a new piece. I dedicated this piece to my lovely girlfriend, with who I love playing board games with. And this is for the many games of Ludo that we've played together. Us both being competitive and not giving in and running each other over in the game. It gets very tense, but we love playing games with each other. It brings us so much happiness, and I hope this video brought you some happiness too. Thank you for watching, friend. I hope you would like the video if you liked it, and it would mean a lot to me if you subscribe. I wish you a great day and see you next week. Bye!